What is your anger trying to tell you? Have you ever been angry and immediately afterwards felt really guilty about it? Especially when you're on a spiritual path or you're trying to be an empathetic, compassionate person. We say to ourselves, I shouldn't be angry. I shouldn't feel this way. I should just let it go. I should be more loving. But what if anger was actually your most wisest messenger? Today, I want to help you change the way you think about your anger and other people's anger. Because when you understand its message, it doesn't make you less spiritual. It actually makes you more whole. Because when you can embrace and harness your anger, it makes you better in relationships, a better leader, and have more of an inner peace. In this episode, I'm going to help you decode what your anger is trying to tell you. We're going to go and look at the difference between unhealthy anger and healthy anger and the 5 types of anger so you can use each one of them maturely. Let's start with the 5 types of anger. First, there is pattern anger. This is just a pattern that keeps running. People who are angry because they're irritated or angry because any little inconvenience is frustrating to them, or they've built up this anger that gets expressed usually because of old wounds. And those wounds need to be witnessed. They need to be healed if that is going to change. We don't want to be listening to just pattern anger that's on repeat. It's been on repeat in your life or somebody else's life over and over and over again. And even when people have done a lot of witnessing or healing or inner work on their anger, they can still go into outbursts. They can still have these little inconveniences be frustrating, and out it comes. That's still pattern anger, or those moments where you feel like you need to be quality control of the universe and point out what's wrong in your opinion. That's still pattern anger, even though you're looking at it and becoming more self-aware. And then there is messenger anger. It shows up as a message. And at that moment, it's important to listen to it. Some boundaries being crossed. I'm not feeling heard. I need to protect something. Almost always anger is a feeling like I am not being heard. And that is important to have that. Now, you don't have to go into an outburst of it, but to pause and listen to what needs to be said. I know when I'm in conversations with someone close to me, my husband, and I'm feeling frustrated and there's anger coming up, he doesn't maybe know it yet, but it's often a time where I can say, am I not feeling heard? What is there to say and what is there to not say? When anger is messenger anger, it is asking for conscious action on your part. What do I need to protect? What do I need to say? Do I need to move toward my mission? Is someone not respecting my mission, my dignity? Anger isn't trying to create separation. It's actually trying to create connection with you and that other person when it's messenger anger. So there's 3 questions you can ask yourself when you feel like it is messenger anger. Why am I angry? What am I trying to protect? What do I need to say because I don't feel heard? Can you pause right now and think about the last time you were angry and it felt like messenger anger? It felt like it was trying to tell you something. What was happening? Did you feel overlooked? Did you feel slighted? Were you protecting something? Just take a moment to think back to that, and how would you have maybe done it differently? Did you have an outburst, or did you keep it and not say something? The other 3 types of anger that I want to highlight come from the study of the Enneagram. And in the Enneagram, there is the anger triad, the fear triad, and the image triad. And in the anger triad, there's 3 ways that anger operates, that if you can see these in yourself and in others, oh my gosh, it can be a game changer in relationships in so many ways. Let me walk you through these 3 types of anger from the Enneagram. Type 9 is the self-forgetting process. It forgets that I am angry, that I do matter, that I do have a voice, I want to be heard, and it keeps falling asleep to its anger because I want to keep the peace. I want to keep harmony. I want to keep comfort. I want to belong. And last time we checked, outbursts of anger don't really create all of that peace and harmony and belonging and love that it's trying to do. And we all have this part of us where we're trying to keep the peace, and sometimes we keep the peace and it costs. It costs us, it costs our relationships. And so this dynamic of anger is about just falling asleep, not even thinking, feeling it's there. I fall asleep to my life force. I fall asleep to my gut energy, which is where anger comes from. And so with this self-forgetting process, if it's you, you might have outbursts, and it's not coming from just one thing. You're not angry at one thing. It's from the amount of time that you've just kind of like, no, I'm not angry. It's all fine, and making it all fine. So if you're in that self-forgetting anger and all of a sudden it comes up, what it's telling you is to feel your life force and to feel your anger, to feel your voice and what it wants to say more readily in your life, so it doesn't just all of a sudden come out as one big outburst and everyone around you is like, what just happened? The type 8 on the Enneagram is about projected anger. This is not feeling your anger, being present with it, noticing if it's got a message. No. It's projected out. You're the reason I'm angry. My anger's going to go on you. It's going out onto people. Last time I checked, most of this ends up not good as well, not good in relationships. Many of them are in prison. Like, this projecting of anger is not safe. It's abusive. But if you are dealing with that, it's a really hard thing to do. The message that it's sending you is you are not actually feeling your own anger either. You're putting it on other people because there is a huge vulnerability. It's a courageous move to go, what am I angry about? And can I take a pause and have my voice truly be heard versus think I've got to push my weight around for things to really be okay for me? One of the biggest ways that I see people get angry across the board, clients, team, my family, myself, is when we don't know how to solve a problem that we're facing. And it's like, what do I do with this? And because we don't sit with it and sit with the anger or the frustration, it kind of comes out because it's like, I need this to be solved somehow. So if that's been you in the last few days or weeks, that there's been frustration, that's okay. Have some self-compassion, have some softness for yourself and go, oh, there's a problem that I'm feeling maybe insecure of solving, and I'm going to anger to try to get it moving. And you don't have to. And the 5th type of anger is repressed anger, suppressed anger. So it's very much on the surface, but I'm trying to be a good girl, a good boy. It gets suppressed into, I've got to do the right thing. I get resentful. I get like I'm trying to make everyone else be good and be right and point it out. And so if that's something that you notice in yourself and be aware of in yourself, the message it is sending is it is okay to have natural impulses of wanting to do this and wanting to do this. You don't have to be the good boy or the good girl all the time. Other people think differently to you, and it's not your job to be saying this is what you need to do and this is where you need to be and this is what good looks like. It's about coming back into your body and you as well, feeling what is frustrating, what impulse or desire am I not allowing? And so I suppress that. It creates tension. It creates frustration. Versus be with it, take that pause again and go, what is anger's message for me in this moment? Pause so I can feel it. Go, what do I need? And what do I really want to say? What do I really want to receive? You might notice yourself in many of these different ways that anger operates. And today's not about labeling yourself. It's about becoming more self-aware, because that awareness of how anger is operating in you, it brings choice, it brings presence, it brings freedom. And all of my work of Unshakable Presence is about being in the body and in the present moment. And anger is very much in the body. It's very connected to your life force, your gut center. And so coming back into that place, into your vertical core, into your own energy field versus flying away with your thoughts is a big, big move to be able to harness your anger, share it, and get more of what you want, which in great relationships is what other people are trying to give you. We just need to be clearer and more compassionate with each other. And spiritual awakening, enlightenment, definitely goes with anger. To think that anger is not going to be there when you are enlightened in some way is crazy. And why people mistake it is because they forget that the waking up journey, the spiritual awakening of waking up to, I am not an ego, I am no one, and I am everything. That's the waking up journey, is different to the growing up journey, the emotional maturity journey. It's two different things. So someone could know the truth, the expanse of who they are, and still have a moment in relationships where they are not being heard and they are not being respected, and anger comes through the system in order for it to be a good messenger, for it to be helpful. It's two different lines of development, and as you are on a spiritual path, I want you to see it as so. If this conversation has resonated with you today, I would love to know what you think anger has been trying to tell you lately. And if you like this video, give me a like and subscribe to Spiritual and Successful. Every week, we're doing investigation on spiritual awakening, human potential, entrepreneurship, and leadership, and would love to have you be part of our community. Also, the Awakened School newsletter. I put the link below, and we're here at Casa Sagrada. Have you been here? Casa Sagrada is where we do Spiritual and Successful live in person. I'll put the link and the dates below, and I'd love to hear what anger has been telling you lately. I read the comments, put any questions below, and then we'll see you next week for the next episode.